Mastering security tools. Someone in the organization is botching user access controls and authentication. Who in the organization is responsible for defining and enforcing the user access controls and authentication requirements for each security tool to ensure seamless integration and operational excellence? The responsibility for defining and enforcing user access controls and authentication requirements for each security tool lies with a combination of roles within the organization. First and foremost, the Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, is ultimately accountable for overseeing the overall security posture of the organization, including the implementation and maintenance of user access controls and authentication requirements for all security tools. The CISO sets the overall security strategy and direction, ensuring that the organization's security goals and objectives are aligned with its overall business objectives. The Identity and Access Management (IAM) team, reporting to the CISO, plays a critical role in defining and enforcing user access controls and authentication requirements for each security tool. The IAM team is responsible for designing, implementing, and maintaining the organization's IAM framework, which includes identity management, access management, and privilege management. They work closely with security tool administrators, developers, and other stakeholders to ensure that user access controls and authentication requirements are properly integrated into each security tool. Security tool administrators, responsible for the day-to-day management and maintenance of each security tool, are also critical in enforcing user access controls and authentication requirements. They ensure that the security tool is configured to meet the organization's access control and authentication requirements, as defined by the IAM team. They also monitor and audit user activity within the security tool, reporting any suspicious activity or access control violations to the IAM team and/or the CISO. The organization's IT department, particularly the infrastructure and operations teams, also play a supporting role in ensuring the seamless integration of user access controls and authentication requirements with each security tool. They provide the underlying infrastructure and technical support necessary for the security tools to operate effectively, including provisioning and management of servers, networks, and storage. To ensure operational excellence, regular meetings and working groups should be established between the IAM team, security tool administrators, and IT department representatives to ensure that user access controls and authentication requirements are properly integrated and aligned across all security tools. These meetings should focus on sharing best practices, discussing new security tool implementations, and addressing any access control or authentication issues that arise. In addition, the organization should establish a comprehensive access control and authentication policy, which outlines the requirements and guidelines for user access to security tools. This policy should be reviewed and updated regularly to ensure it remains aligned with the organization's evolving security needs and changing threat landscape. To facilitate seamless integration and operational excellence, the organization should also consider implementing an automated identity governance and administration (IGA) solution. This solution would provide a single pane of glass for managing user identities, access, and authentication across all security tools, streamlining the process of provisioning, deprovisioning, and managing user access. Finally, to ensure that user access controls and authentication requirements are properly documented and communicated across the organization, the IAM team should maintain a centralized repository of access control and authentication documentation, including user guides, technical guides, and policy documents. This repository should be easily accessible to all stakeholders, providing a single source of truth for user access controls and authentication requirements across all security tools.